person in attendance, would you have anything you'd like to say today?
Nothing. Thank you.
All right. How about approval of the minutes of the last meeting? And you were there.
Yes.
So can you make a motion?
He wasn't a city commissioner.
It wasn't sitting, so.
So he cannot.
Yeah, you have to.
I make a motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll second it. Any corrections?
Not that I'm aware of.
Fine. All in favor? You make it to vote. Okay. All right, the financial report. You're here today. Thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure. All right, today we have March warrants that total $16,962.27. The total for payroll is $17,638.33. This includes Chief Carlson's salary of $5,000 and Assistant Chief Shields' pay of $2,958.33. And there was one event for each of the commissioners and the secretary. And the total payout for the volunteers, warrants included, is $11,192. And February financial statements are in your meeting books for review. So today we just need a motion to approve the warrants and payroll for March as presented.
I would like a motion, please.
I make a motion we accept the warrants and payroll as presented.
Any
I second the
discussion?
motion.
Yes, thank you. Any discussion? Any questions you have? No? Okay. All in favor? Aye. Unanimous. Do you have anything else to present to us?
Just a budget update real quick.
Mhm.
As of February 28th, we have 84.92% left in the budget, and that's in comparison to 86.18 as of 2018. So just running a little over.
Little bit.
Yeah.
Is that the purchase of the
Well, the mini pumper
mini
and
pumper?
the additional equipment that we're purchasing on the mini pumper.
Yeah, that's where that comes in. I thought that's what it was, yeah, okay. Anything else?
That's all.
Thank you so much. Okay. Correspondence?
None that I'm aware of.
Okay. You want to do your chief's report, please?
Sure. Chief's report for March 2019 for February. Point of information, I just want to let the public know that we're going to be torching the burn pile over here on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of March. It'll most likely start on that Friday, the 22nd, is when we'll light it. We haven't figured out a time yet that we're going to be doing that, but I have to make sure we have additional firefighters on staff in order to stand watch on that pile for 24 hours at a time until it's down to a small entity. So finishing up on the mini pumper, we hope to have it in service in April 2019. It'll most likely be used on this burn pile out here, but it won't be in service yet. We're also moving forwards on the upstairs bathroom repair. We got a insurance check for around $6,800, I believe, and that's something that has just gone into Patty. And we're going to be doing demo on the bathroom upstairs that was flooded a few months back, and then have it redone. So we'll see what the repairs come up to. There's a contingency of about $2,200 in that, which is depreciation costs for that claim that they're willing to look at and pay up to around $8,000, $8,500 for the repair on the bathroom upstairs if necessary. So if the repairs go above the check that we received of $6,800, we have a contingency of around $2,200 that they could add in or give us as well, depending on what the cost ends up being for that area of the upstairs.
Do you have an idea of what you could?
The contractor we found, so the regs, anything under $20,000 doesn't need to go out to bid, so we're definitely going to be underneath that ceiling. And the contractor came in the other day that I've spoken with, and he did some measuring and stuff like that. He's putting together a bid for me, and then we'll see where that lands and work with him. In the budget for the district, the district plan that I had, the 2018 through 2036, I believe, that plan gave us around $50,000 for repairs and stuff like that, to redo the upstairs for the firefighters as well. So with these floods that we've had up there recently, that'll help decrease that cost, but we'll still have a cost associated with other work outside of these repairs that need to be done.
And you had mentioned that we were going to have volunteers come in to help too.
Well, that's up to the contractor, and the contractor can allow that if they so choose, but that's an agreement with the contractor. And we're looking at getting this painted in here, replacing the carpet as well, and doing some more work upstairs too on the carpets and flooring up there. So that's a separate project. I do not know what the cost of that will be, so that'll be number one is getting the bathroom done, so the firefighters can have that repaired and done again. So the next project will be sometime in the coming months. I hope to have everything done by June, would be my goal with
The painting and everything?
the entirety of all the projects, which is this room, the carpet, and the upstairs, to be completed by June. I would love to have it done, this room done by the end of April, so we're going to see if that's a possibility. But one of our members, he deals in carpet, so he's going to be bringing in carpet samples. It'll be a darker gray with black tones, possibly mild red tones, since we're a fire station, but I think it'll be a black gray tone, and then the walls will be lighter as well. Go from there. So I feel like I need to be in a straitjacket when I come in this room sometimes. No, just because of the colors. It'll be a nice refreshment. Sorry, but it'll be a nice refreshing change to this room, and I think it'll be warmer, more inviting as well. So we'll see where it goes, but just wanted to give you guys the first one we're going to do is the bathroom upstairs, and then other projects will have to follow.
Who's the contractor?
So it'll be Brett Nelson, and he's done work for us before. When I first came on the organization, we had all the windows replaced around the entirety of the station. He did that as well. And since it's under 20,000, I can go to the small works roster, which Brett is on, West Coast Construction is on, and pick a contractor off of that. And I don't need to send out 3 different bids or anything like that. So it's good, yeah. Over 20,000, I'd have to pick 3 contractors and send out bids, or send out a letter requesting bids for the project. But since it's under 20, I don't have to. And it's a small works.
Okay.
Yeah. So apparatus, we'll be putting the new engine 58 in service hopefully in April. So we'll have 3 engines, engine 58, 5802, and 5803. I'm working on the fire run logs down with Prospect Dispatch to make sure that the 3rd engine is added. It's already added, but it's not active yet. So once I give them a call, they'll activate that 3rd engine, and that'll change the amount of apparatus that's sent to commercial structures and also residential structures and airport fires, if we ever have a plane go down over there. And we'll be sending out possibly 3 engines on commercials and large residentials. Nothing else to report on the apparatus. We have 44 members, 28 Canadian, 9 Point Roberts, 7 County, 3 paramedics on staff, 11 EMTs, of which 7 are advanced EMTs, 3 ambassadors, 35 firefighters. Volunteer hours for the month of February 2019, 2,729. Volunteer payroll, if all were getting paid, 12,935. Combined chief hours, I put in 133 hours with 40 hours of paid vacation. So my total was 173, but actually on site it was 133. Assistant Chief Shields worked 160 hours even. The total was 293 hours combined. If you remember, I went to Cabo at the beginning of February, so I took some vacation time on that. Total calls, 33. EMS calls, we had 5. We transported 2 people down to St. Joseph's. Airlift picked up 1. We have 2 no transports. EMS cares, we have 22 community paramedic calls, visits that we did in the month of February. Public service calls, we had 2. We had 4 fire classifications, 2 false alarms, we had 1 power line incidents, and we had 1 tree that we dealt with. And that concludes my chief's report for the month of March for February.
One quick question.
Yeah, you need, just so you know, we're recording, so if you can speak up.
All right, so
the public hearing.
I usually don't have a problem. The new apparatus, engine 58.
It will be classified as a
It will be classified as, and that's the Darley apparatus?
That is correct.
Yes. In the minutes from last month, there was reference made to a community dedication day.
Correct.
For the Darley apparatus, and it was supposed to have been March 2nd. Did I miss that?
No, that was not published to the public in general. I did not send that out to the news outlets because we still are outfitting the apparatus with equipment, mounting equipment. We're still waiting for more equipment to get in. We're working with basically a thief device, which provides us a 5-inch connection and a 2.5-inch connection, and we just received the one that we ordered previously. Chief Shields and I need to discuss that, see if it's the right appliance for us. If not, then we're going to have to send that back and reorder a different appliance in order to make it efficient and effective for all of our firefighters, not just the strong firefighters. So we need to, if this is the device, then this is the device. If it's not, then we need to come up with a device that everybody can get off the truck. Because this device that we have right now is about 40 to 45 pounds worth of an appliance, and that may be, could be difficult for some of our firefighters to handle or to get off the hose bed while they're hooking up to a hydrant. So we'll have to see if there's something else out there, if this is not going to work for us, but we still need to have that discussion and see where we're going to be at on that. The other things we're waiting on are pack racks. Pack rats. We can have those too, I guess. No, but pack racks, which are mounting racks inside the compartmentation of the new Darley. And the reason why we're getting those is so we don't have to drill into the poly body or drill to the least amount possible into the poly body. And we mount directly to these racks versus drilling into the body itself. In some of the compartments, we can only drill above a certain line because the water tank's behind some compartments. And the last thing I want to do is drill into an area and have a nice leak coming out of the tank, which would not be a good start to the implementation of the new engine. So that's where we're at. Like I said, I hope to have it in service in April with everything that we need to do on it. We still need to get radios mounted in it as well. And our radio guy has been very busy, especially after the windstorm. They've been doing a lot of work on the towers throughout the county. But he's going to have to get up here, otherwise I'm going to have to find someone else.
He comes from billing,
yeah. We'll either have to take the truck down, or if he needs to find time for us, and that needs to happen in the next couple of weeks at least, to find that time to mount the radios that we need mounted in this truck. If not, then I'll have to go to another distributor.
Any other questions? All right, thank you. Any unfinished business? Nothing that I can think of, no? New business? No new business, all right.
Is that your presentation over Provis, is that part of new business or?
Sure. I guess I could bring that up as new business. The date, I apologize. Give me 1 second, please. I believe that's on the 20th, is that right? Yeah, so that's on Wednesday, the 20th. And
What is?
it's a Probus, it's a Probus, Probus organization. And they've invited me over to speak to them, which will be around 50 or so people, 50 to 100 people at this meeting in Delta. And it's a Canadian group of retirees, as far as I understand, as well, business people. And they wanted me to come over and speak to them regarding the intricacies of emergency services here in Point Roberts and what will happen if they have a medical emergency here in Point Roberts. So that's what I'll be discussing in that meeting, is around 9:30 on the 20th. So if anybody from this public would like to come over and listen to that, that'd be great.
Where's it going to be?
It's going to be at Coastal Inn, the Coast Inn, the hotel. And I contacted the fire chief in Delta just to let him know that I'm going to be in the Delta Optimus probably, and for this discussion, and to let him know that I was going to be in his community. So if he had any questions, he can reach out to me.
Anything else? I would just like to thank Chief for our education day for prep on last Saturday. We had 18 people all together, which was our biggest group we've had so far. And I think everybody really felt they got some good value out of it tonight, so thank you.
Absolutely.
That's extra special on your part because you've got plenty to do.
And I'd also like to add that it looks like some actual action is going to result from that meeting, so that's a very important step.
Yeah, and I think in our meeting in June, we'll have a couple of those action items complete, or at least to look at, to move forward with. And I think that's a positive, and I appreciate your guys' participation, and thank you as well, because without all of you, we wouldn't have the groups that we have here to serve the community and to support emergency services operations within Point Roberts. So thank you. It sounds like I was happy to see Whatcom getting off with people joining it after that meeting, and you were successful.
Finally.
Sounds like. Joining the WhatsApp CERT group, which will be really nice to be able to get a hold of anybody independently within that group, because you can pull their names up and you can get a hold of anybody that's on that list independently. You don't have to always send something out to the group. So I'm looking forward to that, and then the next training is coming up in June, July, September, and then October, I believe.
The handoff of managing WhatsApp has been successful, I think. I've got my WhatsApp right there on my phone. It's there permanently. So I'm immediately notified if there's any activity on WhatsApp, and I can send the appropriate messages. So I think that Sean did just fine handing it over.
And I stopped by there today, and I thank Sean for that. I also want to thank Mark Robbins for coming to the 18th century for him, I guess, on
And
phones.
got a cell phone.
And,
I know we've all been
He got a new phone versus his flip phone that he had for years. He got a new phone, which allows him to have a lot more access to apps and those types of things too. So if he watches this, I'd like to say thanks to Mark.
He's actually enjoying it.
A new phone. But I look forward to supporting CERT prep to the degree that I can, and to make us the best in the region, and that is my goal, always is. So hopefully this summer we'll have some great exercises.
Yes, and I think, having had a disaster, we really realized that we have to be prepared,
Sure.
and we've become a little bit more involved,
Yeah.
and that's good. Did you have something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I wanted to know if we can, at some point, test the WhatsApp on my phone.
Oh, yes.
So I'm not really techie. And also on the FEMA classes, can we get manuals like for being the 100 class and 700 as opposed to trying to out everything? have some pages off
I can contact FEMA and see if they have manuals that they can send, okay, out. I'll try to reach out to them by the end of the week and see if they're able to mail them. So the 100, 200, 700s, 800s, those are the classes that people can do online.
Right.
They're all online, so I don't know if I'll ask to see if they have hard copies.
I have copies if you want mine. Yeah, I would make them.
Actually, I think that I can help here, because if you do kind of search more deeply online, they do have links to some training manuals for some of the courses, including instructors' manuals.
Right.
And I would be very happy to look for those, and I'll send you links to them, to the ones I find.
Yeah, are you wanting one in hand?
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
so
you're-
we're going to have to just
it's
print
kind
it
of
out.
daunting to try to do that.
Yeah, the printing out, you want one already printed.
Yeah,
mailed
About this
to
much
us.
paper.
yeah.
Yeah.
100 is 106 pages.
Sure.
Oh, I see what you're
So
saying.
he wants them already
You
printed out.
found them online, but you just
Yeah.
want them
You just
published.
have to-
Yeah, so he doesn't have to go through that.
I
They
understand.
initially published them, but then they sent out.
Yeah, everything's gone online.
It's online and.
So I'll reach out to
Okay.
FEMA, and see if they have something available like that. I'll do that.
Anything else?
Nope.
Just one other thing along those lines, if they're generous with the number of manuals that they might have available, our amateur radio community is part of Whatcom County Sheriff's Office ACS as well.
Okay.
And our ham radio club is kind of a training ground to prepare people to move into ACS.
Okay.
And they have the similar requirement of the same 4 courses. So if there are extra manuals, we could use them for the ham radio club as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
You want to adjourn?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting, and bring it to a close.
I second the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.